So I've never done a fine jewelry collection video before, so this is new and exciting to me, and I hope it will be for you as well. But let's just start by saying your girl has been busy curating her daily jewelry stack, and I'm finally ready to take a break and just enjoy the mini collection that I have built. So in this video, I'm gonna start with unboxing the last of my jewelry acquisitions before I go on my jewelry buying hiatus. And then I wanna take you around my daily jewelry stack. So we have designer pieces from Cartier, Tiffany, DIOR, HERMES, as well as more artisan type pieces. I'll also do an updated jewelry wish list at the end just to give you an idea of what else I think may still trickle in. But even if they don't, I'm so extremely happy with what I have curated so far. And I'll do my best to link everything down below, and I hope you enjoy this video. So first up, MSBLUE Jewelry was kind enough to see if I would be interested in some of their fine jewelry pieces, which their timing was impeccable since I have been prioritizing adding jewelry pieces this year. And as much appreciation as I do have for some of your other more mainstream picks from like Van Cleef or Cartier, like I want my jewelry to have meaning and I want each piece to tell my personal story. And for that reason, I have like no connection to things like VCA's four-leaf clover motif or to Cartier's Love Collection. I mean, I look at those pieces and I think they're pretty, but that's about it. And that's why you'll notice I also love exploring non-designer brands to find jewelry pieces that are less mainstream and more personal to me. And so when I was browsing MSBLUE's website, like I knew their colored gemstones and giant eternity bands and all that, which I've seen quite a bit on YouTube. I knew they weren't for me. Again, I can definitely admire them from a distance. And if that's the type of jewelry you like, then you're gonna love exploring MSBLUE's collection. But since I personally prefer less flashy designs, at first I had thought of passing on this opportunity just because I didn't know if their style fits my style, but as soon as I saw these pieces, I knew we were in business. So let's just take a quick peek at what all came in this package. A little MSBLUE travel pouch, a little jewelry cleaning cloth, this little receipt holder with a little thank you card with more information about the company. And we also have this fun little ring sizing guide, which is such a handy little tool to have at home, especially for my online jewelry shoppers out there. This is really, really helpful. All right, and here are the two pieces that I picked out. So before I unbox this first piece, a quick side story. So I have inherited my mom and my grandmother's pearls, which, to be honest, in 2024, like a full string of pearls it's a little much, okay? Even if you're into the whole Chanel tweed jacket and slingback look, it's still a little much. So you can imagine how excited I was when I saw this on their website instead. Y'all, these are definitely not your grandmother's pearls. This is such a fun and modern take on something so classic and, dare I say, almost outdated, which is why I just had to get this piece. What it looks like on, this is their 18-inch half paperclip, half 4mm freshwater cultured pearl necklace. I mean, granted, if you wanted more traditional pearl designs, MSBLUE has those as well, but I'm just loving their entire contemporary pearl collection. Now, I know there are other brands out there that do something similar, and I do want to touch on that from an IP standpoint at the end, because I do want to hear your thoughts on fine jewelry dupes, but I just think this is such a fun way to wear pearls as part of a modern, elegant, but still daily appropriate look. Next up, let's unbox this next item, which is a ring. And like I mentioned, I'm personally not about the big diamonds and eternity bands, etc. Never have been, never will be. Plus, I have very skinny fingers. Like my thumb is a ring size 4, maybe 4.5, maybe at max when I'm feeling puffy, but I've been feeling more puffy than not as of late, ever since spring break. But my 3 main ring wearing fingers, so these, are about between a 3.5 to a 4. So yeah, giant eternity bands just don't look right on my spider fingers. Instead, pave diamonds as well as simple stacking rings, like those are my preference. And look at this, like this is perfect. So this is their pave moissanite open ring in yellow gold. Like That pave design is giving just a little bit of sparkle without being overwhelming. So I've been on the hunt for an open ring, not only because that's the type of symbolism that I connect with, but from a practicality standpoint, they do tend to have a little bit of flex to them for the days when I am feeling extra puffy. So finding this in MSBLUE's lineup was fate. So I got this ring in a size 4, and I just absolutely love how this looks. I think I'm going to wear it on my thumb though, like that. I'm going to leave this on, and I can't wait to see how this stacks with the rest of my collection. Now, one thing I really appreciate about MSBLUE is that for the majority of their pieces, you can opt for them in gold-plated sterling silver, but you can also upgrade those to solid 10, 14, 18 karat gold in white, rose, or yellow gold, or platinum. And I love that you have that versatility to opt for the same design at different price points depending on what fits your budget. Same goes with their range of gemstones. You've got lab-grown, lab-created to natural stones and stones like moissanite. They just have such a beautiful wide collection. Anyways, I am so grateful to MSBLUE Jewelry for letting me try out their lovely, lovely pieces. I definitely have a couple more that I'm eyeballing, including this wedding set, this hexagonal stacking ring, and this pearl beaded bracelet, which when I'm done with my jewelry hiatus, you best believe I'll be coming back for those pieces for sure. Now, if you are interested in checking out MSBLUE Jewelry, especially with Mother's Day right around the corner, I have links below, including a 15% discount code off any item on their site. So if you want to support a small business, be sure to check out MSBLUE and their amazing collection of fine jewelry. I'm going to go ahead and leave these on, and let's start the tour of my everyday jewelry stack, shall we? We're going to start with my earrings because they really are as simple as it gets. I don't know how to do this without showing my face, but I'm going to try my best. So I have these tiny gold hoops that I bought from a small town in France. I want to say it's been like 6 years, and these hoops have not left my ears since. The only other thing I have on my ear is this tiny little star stud just on my left ear. And that's been in there since the moment it was pierced. And that's it. My earrings are permanent, and I have no desire, at the moment at least, to mess with them. However, I do want to mention this next piece because even though it's not a fine jewelry piece, it is my only designer costume jewelry piece, and I swear by it. And it is the HERMES lamp ear cuff in the small size. So mine is in the box calf leather in the cannelle color with rose gold hardware. Now, I like to pop this on, especially when I'm wearing my hair up. And this is hands down the only piece of designer costume jewelry I would recommend. And that's it. That's it for my ears. All right, next let's go over to my necklaces. I only have 3 that are part of my daily rotation. So from oldest to newest, we have this piece from an Etsy store called Jill Makes. So this has 2 pendants in onyx and moonstone with a gold-plated sterling silver border. Now, I've had this necklace for years, and this here is the reason why I keep putting off getting the DIOR Rose Devant necklace, because I just have not grown tired of this one yet. Next up, I have this 18 karat yellow gold plated titanium 5-star choker necklace. It's also from Etsy, and I just like how it's asymmetrical, which just makes it more visually interesting. The newest addition to my little necklace stack is from Tiffany, and it is the Elsa Peretti Diamonds by the Yard single diamond pendant necklace in 18 karat rose gold. Now, I talked about how I wanted one of these in my 2024 wish list video. So yep, we did manage to check this off the list. I just love how dainty this is. And with its shorter 16-inch length, it just kind of sits in the pocket of my Adam's apple. Like, I'm not that type of doctor. I have zero idea what this body part is called, but hopefully you can just visually see what I'm talking about. Now, when I'm feeling extra, I will either double them up or wear all 3 of them together. But when I do wear more than one, I have these chain extenders that I bought from Amazon that come in different lengths, which means I can constantly rotate how I want these necklaces to be layered, which helps to keep my small necklace stack fresh and exciting. Next, let's talk about my bracelets. I'm not really into the hard bangle stack look, so mine is much more of a soft chain stack. Again, from oldest to newest. This first one is an onyx piece from the same store Jill makes, and it's the same concept as my necklace. This bracelet does have a T-bar closure, which makes it super easy to wear. Next, I have this mother of pearl Elena adjustable bracelet from Kendra Scott. I love the little crystal detail on the toggle. And again, this bolo style bracelet is another type of bracelet design that is super easy to wear. Now, my one complaint is that the plating has worn off the dangly bits. This is not a fine jewelry piece, by the way. And my mom actually has a matching one. So we're actually on the hunt for a fine jewelry replacement. And I think we've narrowed it down. So hopefully I'll have a fine jewelry unboxing to share with you soon. Up next, I have this really simple 18 karat gold rope bolo bracelet. Again, it's just a very, very simple stacking piece. I usually wear this on my left wrist, and this is also the wrist where I typically wear my watch as well. On my left wrist, I also have this brass, copper, silver trio bangle. This is from a Native American reservation that I visited in New Mexico a couple of years back. And I just find pieces like these so good if you're someone like me who likes to mix metals. And finally, here are the two bracelets that I have added so far this year. Now, I had mentioned wanting something along the lines of the same Tiffany Diamonds by the Yard collection or Cartier's D'Amour collection, but I figured why not spice things up a tad? So instead, I went for this from DIOR. And it is their 18 karat yellow gold bracelet from their We collection. Now I get it's a little overpriced for what it is, and there's a lot of similar dupes out there, but still zero regrets. I absolutely love this bracelet. It makes me smile, and that's what matters. And last but not least, I added this solid 18 karat rose gold moissanite horseshoe bracelet in memory of one of my dogs that passed away earlier this year. And finally, let's finish off with rings, which have been my absolute favorite category to curate. First up, we have my tried and true HERMES Chandon ring in sterling silver. This is in the size of 48. I typically like to wear it on my middle finger or on my thumb. Next up is a new piece as well from Tiffany. And it is the Tiffany Palamo Picasso olive leaf band. This is in a size 4, and that's what that looks like. Now, I originally wanted the DIOR Bois de Rose ring, but honestly, this one is giving off the same vibes, but it was a fraction of the price, let's be honest. Next up, I have this super cool piece from Etsy, inspired by Da Vinci's creation of Adam painting. I don't know if you can see. The finger detail work on this is incredible. This ring is sizeless because it is adjustable. However, for my tiny finger folks out there, there's a limit to how small you can size this down, which is why I typically do like to stack my Tiffany ring up top just to keep this ring from slipping off. And next up, also from Etsy, is this teeny tiny 14 karat rose gold ring with natural black and white diamonds. This is in a size 3 3/4. I love how dainty this is and how it's giving like very subtle yin and yang vibes just because of how the diamonds are positioned. And last but not least, I gave in and I bought the Cartier small Trinity ring. This is in a size 4. Now, as arguably mainstream as the Trinity collection is, I really, really like mixed metal pieces, so this absolutely works for me. And there you have it, my everyday jewelry collection. As you can tell, I don't have an extreme stack and I want to keep it that way. Now, in addition to some pieces that I have already bought, but I'm still waiting to arrive, and I will be sure to share actual unboxings of those with you as soon as I get them, there are still a few pieces that I am hoping to add in the near future. Now, first off, the DIOR Rose Devon and Rose Celeste collections, like those live rent-free in my head. But do I really need both? Obviously, we are using the term need in its loosest sense possible, but I'm really still enjoying the heck out of my onyx and moonstone celestial pieces, and that's why I feel like those additions wouldn't close a gap in my collection, but would merely just be upgrades to replace what I already have, but I'm still loving. Second, I'm still on the fence about adding at least one hard style bracelet. It's not going to be the Cartier Love bracelet, I can tell you that much. But I'm also not writing off the small Juste un Clou bracelet just yet. I think that could go very well with my soft chain stack, but it also may be a nightmare if the chains get tangled up with the opening. If you own the small Juste un Clou, let me know if that's something I should be concerned about. Third is my Cartier Panthère ring. I'm still waiting until I hit my work milestone, and you best believe as soon as I do, you will see me happily unboxing that with all of you. Finally, we didn't talk about watches. Now, I've mentioned previously that I suffer from a very peculiar form of FOMO, and that is the fear of missing out when my husband gets to make a big purchase. So he recently just bought his dream vintage Omega watch, and now I'm like, well, that's not fair. Like, I've had my eye on a discontinued Omega constellation for way longer. So while I don't see that happening this year, it's definitely moved up on my wish list. Now, before I sign off, I have one more question for y'all. What do you guys think of designer-inspired fine jewelry pieces? Like, in my search for building my collection, I would often come across like VCA and Cartier-inspired pieces that are made of real precious metals and gems. And so we're talking about legit dupes in terms of their materials, but often still at a fraction of the price of the original. Like Effie was a brand that kept popping up everywhere when I was looking up Cartier's Panthère collection, and I would see them sold all over websites like Saks. Now, at the same time, I've also seen quite a few videos where women have custom-made fine jewelry pieces that are straight up dupes. So while they won't be labeled as a VCA or Cartier piece, they are essentially the same design. So would you personally be open to custom dupes if they were made from the same precious metals and gems? Like, let me know down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed my first jewelry video, but we're not done. As mentioned, I'm waiting on a couple of more custom pieces to arrive, and I will be sure to share those with you as soon as I get those in. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on those unboxings, and I can't wait to catch up with you next time.